because, well, you may think I'm the cameraman. Believe it or not, it is actually an AI camera now. It follows me. I stand up, it stands up with me. I sit down, it follows me down. I like my new gimbal camera. It's actually really neat. It's really nice to be able to move around throughout my stream and not actually get out of the focus of the camera. It's actually why I bought this one, because on my Tuesday streams, especially when I have my long reading streams, I like to be able to move around. I'll sit back, I'll put my feet up, I'll stand up, I'll move around, and being able to have the camera stay with me so I'm still on screen is really nice. So I blame it on the camera. Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween. I know, well, the four-head has become a five-head, and it's working its way into a six-head and a seven-head. Because, it just happens to work out that way. What can I do? Good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween. Or happy day after Halloween for those of you guys who it's already gone by. Because I know there's some of you out there as well. Good evening. Hope you guys have all been having a wonderful week so far. I know it has been good. Good-ish for me. I've been a little under the weather throughout the week, but getting a little bit better now. And sometimes that is all you can ask for, is to get a little bit better. Let's actually take down this white balance a little bit because it likes to make me a little bit, yellow. Oof. Yeah, I feel that. I have the hardest time sleeping. Sleep is not always my friend. And so I totally can feel where you are coming from. And I wish you sleep very soon. And I mean, I could go ultra white. I mean, this thing has actually got some really cool controls to it. I mean, I can go really white. I can go orange. Anywhere in here. Put it back into auto. It can go to where it thinks I need to be, which is 3500, which again I think is too much. I can play with the contrast, the saturation. Right now it's in autofocus. I can, change that off. It's actually got, a few things that I can play with in here. I've actually got different zoom features to this. I can, try to tell it to do a half body, a whole body, but I'm so close to it. It can't zoom out any more than it already is, but I can zoom in. I can zoom in. There we go. All the way in. And then it's trying to zoom back out because it's like, no, you're too much. AI tracking on the eyes. Maximum zoom. Ah! Back out. Smart composition, back out to the head. Yeah, so it's kind of fun to play with some of the things in here. I could play with the exposure. Oh. But anyway, put that back down to where it should be. But anyway, so tonight, of course, is Thursday, which is Stompy Mech Night, which means we'll go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of fun tonight. We'll read ourselves some Stompy Mech books, which currently we're in Main Event by James D. Long. Well, I hope you are able to get yourself to sleep. Thanks for stopping by and having a little bit of fun with me to start the evening. I appreciate it. Always good to start off with a fun evening in here. Uh, I appreciate having a good way to start the evening. Um, it is always better for me that way. And hopefully it was good for all of you guys too. And for some reason, this thing has decided that it didn't want to have the right mic on there. Yes, it was. No, you should not be automatically sensing my mic sensitivity. There we go. Do. Oop, did I not save it? And so it didn't take it. Stupid thing. No, it did take it. Okay, it should be working. There we go. Discord. Maybe? Hello, Discord? Discord, why? Why, tell me why would you want to see a grown man cry? You grabbed my cocoa nuts and then you ran away. It should be working fine, but Discord is funky sometimes. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. So sit back, everybody, relax, and let's have ourselves a little bit of fun, shall we? As we get started into MechWarrior Online. I'm in my Kintaro at the moment, so hey, we'll just get started there. Might have some of the other unit members come along and say hello. We'll have to see how the evening progresses. I see Bear is online at the moment, so we may see him stopping in. And of course, we'll start into our actual story time with Main Event once the first ad break on Twitch has gone by, which is normally about 20 minutes into the stream, give or take. Normally it happens right about when the first match is over. Approximately so. And not a lot of Search Warrior for this first match, which is always a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I've always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to have a neighbor called a poo. Because I think that would be really quite fun. Here we go, let's shoot someone. I don't recognize a lot of the people in here. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, neighbor. Love, hope, peace. Nicolas. Ugh. And here we go. Override. Why is that not working?
A lot of medium lasers.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Oh god, not this shit up again.
Yeah, caps lock should be my push to talk.
Wake up, Sir Minius. There we go.
For some reason, it's not working. And I'm not sure why. That's very weird. Gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? It's not gonna let me talk in game.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Affirmative.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Hola.
Hey, Bear, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm alright.
How's your Halloween?
It's doing okay.
You wearing your scary hockey dad mask?
No.
Target under enemy control.
Just being my scary self.
New target acquired.
For some reason, my in-game chat isn't working at the moment.
Oh wow. Do you have to go through and do the scan?
No. Because all the rest of my stuff is working, just the in-game chat itself function isn't seeming to work.
Hmm.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
Center torso critical damage. Left torso critical damage. 8
Yeah, I mean, it should be the caps lock key, and it's not working.
You're breaking up there, Army.
The enemy is at 25%.
Let me go look at something. Is that working better?
That's better.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on. My Discord might be just futzing with things. Yeah, it's probably because I was tapping the caps lock key.
G4 heavy push.
Raise my way up there.
F4 something's on top of me. Centaurian.
Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
Resource point Gamma.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and quit out of the match. How has your Halloween been so far?
Well, pretty good. I would give it about a 6.
That's okay. Do you guys get trick-or-treaters at all?
Not that much. We have the candy, but we hardly get anybody in. I'm gonna leave my lights out today.
Yeah, we had the lights on, we had candy set out, we had like 3 people come by. It's just nobody came.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty outside too. I don't expect to get anybody anyway. So.
All right, I'm readied up.
I'm
But-
trying something different with this Timberwolf. I'm gonna just do 3 beam lasers on it and see how they do.
But we get ourselves tonight some main event. Because why not? In fact, we'll start into Chapter 20. Houston. Borgies. 13 December 3054. The trip to Borgies was every bit as uneventful as Rose had feared it would be. Life on a dropship was always boring for the soldiers being transported. The spacers in charge had all the work, and the mercenaries were expected to keep out of the way. Several times during the trip from Outreach to the jump point, an angry Captain McLeod had called Rose to the bridge, telling him to keep his people out of the way. Ground pounders were particularly useless in the confines of the dropship. Eventually, the spacers and the mercenaries worked out a kind of truce that gave Rose and his people more freedom aboard the ship, and the spacers less to worry about. Once they'd made the first jump from Outreach, the trip settled into a steady routine. Every 6 to 8 days, the Iron Hand, the jump ship carrying the Bristol, had to stop to recharge its jump drive via its gigantic solar sails. In those periods, Rose and his mercenaries would work on their mechs in the cargo bay where they were stored. Space would usually have been a problem, but because the Bristol had been forced to leave Outreach earlier than scheduled, much of her cargo hold was empty. When the engines were fully recharged, the jump ship captain passed the word to the dropships it was carrying that it was time to jump to the next star. Gear would be secured, and the occupants of the Bristol, spacer and mercenary alike, would strap themselves in for the instantaneous jump through hyperspace that would take them some 30 light years further toward their destination. Having made the jump, the spacers would go back to whatever they'd been doing, and the mercenaries would return to the cargo bays. Just as plenty of space was available in the cargo holds, it was also available in the guest cabins. Each member of the Blackthorns actually got his or her own cabin for the trip, an unheard of luxury aboard civilian and military dropships. The mercenaries were as giddy as cadets at this unexpected bonus. Because there were no regular hours for day and night aboard ships, Rose allowed the mercenaries to work when and as they pleased. They held their weekly status meetings in the galley, usually just prior to a jump. At these meetings, everyone was updated on the current status of the ongoing maintenance. Rose had never met a mech warrior who didn't work on his own mech, at least to some degree. Even house troops, whose mechs were owned by the house ruler who employed them, worked to make their mechs as reliable and comfortable as possible. Independent units and pilots who actually owned their own machines were even more renowned for their tinkering. For pilots like Hogg, whose mech had been in the family for 3 generations, that amount of tinkering bordered on the insane. Because the Blackthorns were a small unit, they could not afford the luxury of hiring a full-time technician. Rose hoped eventually to field a large unit with a complete staff of support specialists, but at the moment every warrior had to oversee the care of his own mech. If the task was bigger than usual, or beyond the pilot's expertise, Rose assigned other members of the team to assist. Fortunately, He'd been lucky enough to hire several warriors with excellent technical experience. Rihanna undoubtedly had the most formal training, but much of it did not apply to the kind of repairs necessary to keep a 60-year-old mech running after countless battles. Hogg, on the other hand, was a font of information on how to bypass damaged circuits and repair battle-damaged components. Working together, with the assistance of Esmeralda, the three kept the other 4 mercenaries busy for their full work cycle. Rose insisted on working on his own mech, as much to lead by example as to make sure he would know everything there was to know about the Charger before having to ride it into a real battle. His example seemed to have the desired effect, for when the Iron Hand made the final jump to Borges, all 7 mechs were in excellent condition. They'd been freshly painted and renumbered according to the system devised by Rihanna, and Rose had to admit the Demi Company looked very sharp. Sharp enough, he hoped, to impress the local leaders of Borges. When the mercenaries were not working on their mechs, they were studying what they laughingly referred to as their playbooks. But now,
Going.
a mech warrior battle.
How's you guys' day going?
Pretty good. 2 tests today. Pretty fun.
Oh, that's good.
Another name for a mech warrior. Love, hope, peace.
Black Widow Company.
Hey, Mariage.
That is the only thing.
And
that I-
Furious D. Blackthorns, yes.
I feel like the abbreviation.
There are books, but this is the spooky part.
There is nothing else the acronym stands for.
Override engaged.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello, hello. I just had a hello earlier, but I was reading books.
BWC is by far my favorite thing. Yes, sir. I love Black Widow Company.
Are you sure? I thought they were bald white chicks.
I mean, that works too. Either way, I love BWC. I also got my.
Is that you in the light?
God damn it.
Yep. I'm in my Cappy Spider.
Someone fucking kill me.
Sure, no problem.
Bad, thanks.
You're the Warhawk.
UAV activated.
Yes.
Target acquired.
Wait, do you actually want me to kill you?
What?
Not seeing anything at the saddle side, so it looks like they're all going tunnel side.
No. I'm sure the enemy will do
New
that soon
target
enough.
acquired.
Who am I to decide if I do damage?
Sure, okay, fair enough. Also, that means like getting
Looks like there's one light coming over the saddle.
That too.
There's a couple in Delta 5 already.
Roger. You know what they are?
I couldn't tell.
Also, let's not all go saddle and chase the light knights.
One looked big. How's that?
New target acquired.
Yeah, going over the saddle isn't worth it. They're all moving into D6 and D5.
Yeah, but I'm going to turn them around in just a moment.
Don't get too close to those heavy gases.
You mean at Warhammer?
Yep, the heavy gases.
That's a chain gas
New
rifle for you.
target
You can't
acquired.
have heavy gases.
Enemy base is being captured. New target
Got some pop
acquired.
starters in Delta 3. Hags and ER large
New
lasers,
target
watch out.
acquired.
Oh yeah, guys, 4 of them at the base. Get away. This is not a battle forward light you're gonna win.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
UAV activated. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Guys, there's 4 of them coming up from the saddle. We need some backup here.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's more than 4 of them. There's a whole mess of them trying to come up over the saddle.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Good kill, Knox.
New target acquired.
Nice.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Left arm critical damage. Heat level critical.
Nice try, Mitsu.
Target acquired.
Shooting through walls now, are we?
Heat level critical. Left arm destroyed.
That Corsair.
Critical damage.
Left torso.
Shot my arm up.
It's open.
We got an AC-5 assault coming over the saddle.
Target spotted.
Roger.
Got an
New
Osiris
target
down here with us.
acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Alright, I'm here on come up with the saddle.
Corsair's dead. I think it's just that big unit of lights left.
New target.
Lucky shot.
Heat sink destroyed. New target acquired. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
We're on an F5.
New target acquired. Right torso critical damage. Heat sink destroyed. New target acquired. Right torso critical damage.
Turn on override.
Yeah, I forgot to. Oops.
No, I'm two years. Even if I'm on override.
Damage. Right torso critical damage. Right leg critical damage.
Use your jump jet.
Medium pulse detected.
I mean, 8 to 12 isn't bad. It would have been nice if they'd paid attention when they started to push up over the saddle instead.
Yeah.
But they didn't. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna switch mechs. That's what I want to do.
That's a thing. That could be a valid thing. I will stay in my Cappy Spider, because why not?
Hmm. No, I'll go down here. This one, no, this
So
one.
remember, I'm good with conquest.
I will remember that.
All right. Rose had devised a series of commands based on his years with the comm guards that would allow the unit to deploy and maneuver with a minimum of confusion and conversation. Although he had originally designed the system for a full company, it had not taken long to trim down the manual for use by the smaller unit. He had divided the unit into 3 demi-lances. The pursuit lance consisted of Angus's Valkyrie and Ajax's Raven. Rihanna and Rose formed the command lance, while Esmeralda's Warhammer, O'Shea's Shadowhawk, and Hogg's Zeus made up the unit's battle lance. The team held review sessions on a regular basis, during which Rose drilled individual members of the unit on which maneuvers would be called for during a particular action. After 1 or 2 times of being embarrassed before their comrades, the unit members began to carry the manuals with them and quiz themselves. By the end of the trip, the Blackthorns were challenging Rose with situations and commands. Although Rose spent a considerable amount of time with his mech, he also spent many of his off-duty hours with either the delegation from Borkies or Rachel McLeod. Leo Wilkins proved to be good company, despite being a civilian, but Rose considered Hofbrau's terminally boring. The 2 men were well informed about various situations on Borkies, and considered it their patriotic duty to make sure Rose knew as much about the planet as they did. Despite Hofbrau's best efforts, Rose focused only on the major topics and ignored much of the detail. I don't have to know every fact about the planet, Rose told the men on several occasions. I just have to know who does. Rose did, nevertheless, end up finding out much more about Borgies than he'd initially intended. He learned saltwater oceans covered more than 80% of Borgies. The world had 1 major continent, but it was smaller than Australia, where the comm guards used to practice on Terra. With so little usable land available, the planet's initial settlers had looked to the sea to provide them with sustenance. But the sea turned them away with sudden electrical storms and crashing waves. Eventually, the settlers had given up, the population leveling off at its current level. Borgies' 10 million inhabitants were mainly involved in the world's only industry, mermaid harvesting. We'll find out what the hell they mean by mermaid harvesting after this mech warrior battle. Because you know the creatures aren't actually gonna be mermaids.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
It's a skirmish. There's no reason for me to run in all by my lonelies. Warhammer. The Black Widow.
You bet your sweet ass.
There's only one problem. I don't have a sweet ass. And if I
I
did,
don't have an ass.
I sure wouldn't be betting it.
I don't have an ass. I look like a
My
frog if you
laughing
stand him
barrel
up on his
stopped
hind
in the middle of
legs.
Target
Over a
acquired.
circle road.
Down went boom.
Acquired.
I went down yonder in the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim, and I learned who I was. A lot about living, and a little about love.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Done for over here.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
That was sad.
Target destroyed. New target
Feast or
acquired.
famine?
Warning, incoming missile.
I'm not going in there.
At 25%.
I think that would be a bad idea.
Fuel at 0%.
Oh,
New target acquired. New target acquired.
We've lost half our force. Can't lose any more soldiers.
Warning,
Where'd you go?
incoming missile. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
I mean, we're just getting our ass kicked.
We're taking critical losses. We need you to pull through.
you are it, dude.
And really, this dude just backed into a garage? He's scared of a spider?
Left leg critical damage. New target acquired. New target acquired. Left leg critical damage.
Control the surface. Can anyone read?
I really can't believe that guy went and hid in a garage from little old me. That was just stupid. He literally just like backed into the garage over there. I mean, how dumb. Hilarious. Yes, arachnophobia. That must have been it.
Must have been.
It makes me laugh. The creatures were not actually mermaids, but the early settlers' name for the fish had stuck and become official. Because of the storms, the fishing industry was limited to the waters nearest the land, but mermaid fish were considered a delicacy on many worlds and brought a good price. Only the wealthiest could afford to buy it, though, so the market was limited. Any fisherman who could survive 10 or more years supplying the food merchants could retire quite well off. The major city on Borges was Houston. Located on the southern coast, the sprawling metro area was home to more than 60% of the planet's population. The remaining cities were mostly small towns, or, more often, simply a collection of families who happened to build near one another. The land was able to support several hybrid terran crops, mostly strains of beans, corn, and wheat, which allowed limited livestock production. After studying the information supplied by Hofbrau's, Rose deduced Borges was still dominated by pioneers who refused to believe there was something better than what they had. The planet was completely self-sufficient, but that was about all that could be said for it. Then again, Rose reconsidered, maybe that's saying quite a bit in our time. When he was quite satisfied he'd worked enough for one day, Rose usually wandered into the spacer's quarters to look for McLeod. Though he would never forget the support she'd given him during their stay on Northwind, something had changed when they had reconnected on Outreach. Rachel seemed like a different person. Despite their previous intimacy, she'd insisted on keeping her distance. He was sure pulling her and her dropship into the Dragoon's fiasco had strained their personal relationship, possibly to the point of no return. The long trip to Borges, however, seemed to have smoothed away any anger she'd been harboring toward Rose, and by the end of the trip, she was her old self again. At least, the old self he'd first met when she'd transported him from Terra to Outreach.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Weapons
All
online.
systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Command coming in.
Override
Capture
engaged.
and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way. Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa. We've captured resource point Sigma. They've taken Epsilon. They have resource point Gamma. Resource point Theta is ours.
UAV activated. Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Left arm critical damage.
Target spotted.
UAV activated. New target acquired.
We have gained Epsilon.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
The enemy is
Target
at
acquired.
25%. Target spotted. Halfway to victory. We need to keep holding on to our resource point. Target spotted.
Yeah, I think we won this one.
Kappa is under enemy control. We have Gamma. Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Affirmative.
Now we just had to look for Hawk Tua.
Target
Acquired.
spotted. Almost there. One final push.
Gone up top.
Go over to their side to see if he's over here.
No, he was back in our area back here somewhere.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
On Sigma.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefit.
Good game, y'all. Good game.
Hey, not Naya. One kill is still a kill.
I got a killer now. Thanks for the kill. He's up.
One kill, 483 points of damage. And a minute 23. No, not a minute 23 spent capping. Only 53 seconds spent capping, but for a spider, that's a lot of capping. All right.
Damage.
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Hey, you spent more time capping than I did. Oh, yeah. Of course, spider capping. We all know what that is.
We'll learn today.
Spider capping ain't no joke. Spider capping's like big boy capping. Oh, good. How's it feeling for you now?
Okay, I'm gonna play this match. Then I'm gonna go cook dinner, and then I'll come back and finish playing for the night.
Sounds good. You know me. I'm happy with any bear time I can get.
My cocky team is getting their ass kicked.
The Kraken.
Yeah, Toronto's beating them by 3-0.
Well, that's not what you want. What you really, really want.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be painful. 2 AC-10s, 3 snub noses. Sorry, guys, no story time in between this one because fast match and I needed to make a cup of tea. Been slightly under the weather all week. My story time on Tuesday went really short. I only read one chapter. I streamed for less than 2 hours because I was like coughing through half of it.
Do a COVID test.
Nah, what difference does it make at this point? Just feeling, a little under the weather. So COVID or flu or whatever else. I'm just, taking some cough drops when I need them. I'm drinking some tea and doing all those good things. There you go, not Naya. You're on the wrong side again.
There's a bear fur over there. Hmm.
Gotta stop switching out those tickets for the dropships. I mean, that guy's just making up numbers. You have to get on the one that's on the blue dropship. You keep on getting on the red dropship.
Reactor
That's my
online.
story, and I'm sticking to it.
Sensors
Maybe he
online.
likes the red pill better than the blue pill.
All systems
Override engaged.
override
Command,
engaged.
eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Do we go over D5 and go over to their side?
That's the safest way if we're gonna go across.
Looks like we're all going over the D line to get to the other side. How does the mech get to the other side of the road?
Target acquired.
Your mom.
Oh, crap.
Target spotted.
Probably what's happening is they're go around the other side and we're playing NASCAR.
Target spotted.
Probably.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Look, Bear, I found bear fur.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Affirmative.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Left also roughneck, left also roughneck. CT roughneck. Go echo.
New target acquired.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
New target
CT
acquired.
Crusader as well. CT Crusader.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Don't get sloppy out there.
Heat level critical. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Left leg on Charlie, left leg
Acquired.
Charlie.
Spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target
Oh,
spotted.
kill stealer.
target acquired.
Target spotted. The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing. Target spotted.
No such thing as a kill steal. That's just a kill achieve.
Target spotted.
New
We're
target
taking critical
acquired.
losses. We need you to pull through.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
UAV
Target spotted.
activated. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. At 25%. New target acquired. Right torso critical damage. New target acquired. Right leg critical damage. Right arm critical damage. New target acquired. Left leg critical damage. Center torso critical.
The surface. Can anyone read?
Yeah, I don't know why. So we were doing well until, like, I was in the tunnel over there. I did 529 and got arrows down? Really? In a light mech? I never get it. But for some reason, others came and jumped into the tunnel and ran around. If they just stayed and fought with you guys, we probably would have won that.
Yeah, I tried to stay in place, but
Well, like, I was a light doing light things, as I am, supposed to do.
yeah.
But we had others who went and did not do what they probably needed to do. And so they took the weight away when we needed it. Oh well. It's the way it goes sometimes. Good job on 3 kills on that, not Naya. Alright, and you're going to step away for making some dinner, Bear?
Yeah, I'm leaving the group right now so you can play.
Alrighty. Well, I'll be here when you come back. You know where I
Alright.
am.
Yep. See you in a few minutes.
Alright, we'll see you in a bit. As the Bristol cleared the jump ship and began the 9-day in-system trip to Borges, Rose began to scan incoming information about the planet. When the 9 days were up, he believed he had a good grasp of the planet's political climate, but he didn't like what he'd learned. If the public newscasts were correct, the mercenaries were not being welcomed with open arms. Rose had approached Wilkins several times on the final leg of the trip, but the civilian steadfastly refused to give him any more information about the situation. Now that we're back in Borky's space, I'll have to ask you to wait for an official answer from the ruling council, he said. Until the Bristol had jumped into the Borky's system, Wilkins had been bending over backward to provide everything Rose needed. 2 hours after McLeod made the required announcement to the Borky's port officials, Wilkins was suddenly struck mute. Rose didn't even need to check with McLeod to know the man had received a message from his bosses and been told to keep quiet. Even while the Bristol was descending toward the Houston spaceport, he knew something was definitely wrong. As the dropship touched the ground, Rose could see pickets outside the landing area. Most of the signs were crude banners demanding Rose and his mercenary killers go home. Although the spaceport crowd was not very large, Rose knew from the broadcasts he'd monitored that others shared their viewpoint. His team hadn't even cleared the dropship yet, and he was being called upon to make his first command decision, one that would undoubtedly set the tone for the rest of the mission. It was customary for any mech force to debark their dropship in parade fashion, at least if they were landing at a secure spaceport. Often, the arrival of a new unit would be marked with music and ceremonies that officially transferred the protection of an area from one unit to another, or from the civilians to the new unit. Even as the Bristol was still high over the spaceport, Rose had noted the conspicuous lack of typical review stands. He had reached for the adjacent handset and dialed Wilkins' room. Yes? Wilkins sounded like he was in a hurry. Rose didn't bother to identify himself. You said the contract we signed will be accepted by the ruling council, right? Yes. The agreement we signed is technically binding, per the agreement with the Mercenary Bonding and Review Board. But the ruling council has the final say in all matters concerning the safety of the planet. They will have to ratify the agreement before you are officially accepted. Override engaged. And so where do we come? My just absolute favorite map in the world. In one of my absolute favorite mechs to be in on this absolute favorite map in the world. Yo, optimum 144 meters. Wall snipers everywhere.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
And I didn't even come in the angry fish.
New target acquired.
I came in my all laser version. I haven't run this one in a hot minute.
Target spotted.
At least I don't have to worry about ammo.
Target spotted.
Not that I really have to ever worry about ammo in the angry fish.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired. New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Ow.
Target
Artillery strike.
spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Left arm critical damage. Right
Whee!
arm
Target
critical
spotted. Target
damage.
spotted.
Friggin' arty strikes are kicking my ass. Almost everything I've lost so far has all been to arty
Target
strikes.
spotted. Target spotted.
Are they all dropping in the basement?
Affirmative.
Alright, kill the ones that aren't in the basement.
Target destroyed.
Thanks.
Target
spotted.
acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target
Target
spotted.
destroyed.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target
Negative.
acquired. Left arm destroyed.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Stop running from me, people. Hey, Tuna.
Target acquired.
I'm having...
Destroyed.
Yo. I'm winning this match. I think I'm losing more than I'm winning tonight.
Affirmative. Target
Target
spotted.
acquired.
There's a few in the basement.
New target
Saw 'em on
acquired.
seismic.
Target spotted.
Left leg critical damage. Right arm destroyed. Heat level critical. Right leg critical damage.
You hostiles are remaining.
Yeah, everybody that's left is in the basement.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Eradicated. Bask in the glory of your triumph.
But we win. Hey, look, I was the only death. Because I ran into the basement. Because why not? 3 KMDDs. No kills, but 3 KMDDs. I'll take that. That's not too shabby. Mapor snipers? Mapor snipers. It's been a while since I've run the non-angry fish piranha. So I'm pleased with the way that came out. Rose had asked the question at least 3 times, but Wilkins had always given a half answer. Now the line was, wait for the ruling council. Holy cow. So it's almost like it was Iraq, but with LB2s? Like, I haven't. I basically am starting the event tonight. I haven't been on at all since the loot bag event started. So that's fine. Just tell me where the ruling council meets. Yeah, it's a clan rack without being a rack. The Assembly Pavilion. It lies at the opposite side of Assembly Avenue. If you'd been watching as the ship landed, you'd have seen the column-lined streets. Quite impressive, actually. Thanks. Rose hit the disconnect. He had seen the column-lined street, and the gigantic white building at its end. The avenue led directly from the spaceport to the seat of government. God help Borgies if a surprise invasion ever hit them. They'd have a mech parked on the floor of the assembly before the counselors even knew the enemy had arrived. Rose dialed Esmeralda's room. "Saddle up the troops, Essie," he said when she answered. "We're riding into town." You sure about this? Looks like we have friendly opposition. I want all pilots in their mechs in 3 minutes. Rose paused. Make it a drill. With a grin, he disconnected Esmeralda and grabbed his holster while heading for the door. Rose hit the doorway and sprinted down the hall, buckling his holster around his waist as he ran. The spacers were all on decks well above him, so he threw caution to the wind and increased his pace. As the commanding officer, Rose's quarters were one deck higher than the rest of the unit, but the same distance from the mech bays. At the end of the hall, he slapped the door controls and ducked under the rapidly rising door. Backslapping the down button without looking, he emerged into the mech bay. Ignoring the stairs directly ahead of him, Rose grabbed the twin railings and flung his feet over the metal rails. Pushing off with his hands, he used the rails as a crude slide and flew down to the deck below. As he hit the deck floor, the far door opened, and Ajax led the rest of the unit into the room. His eyes went wide for a moment as he realized Ajax had beaten him into the room. Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Remember, guys, taking the top is normally a winning proposal, unless you're a light, and then go do light things. Wascowee wabbits.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Target spotted.
That was a wildly ineffective UAV.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
So let's see, the majority of our weight is still sitting all the way in the back outside of the circle. We've got one assault that's managed to make its way in.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target
New
spotted.
target acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
If we're gonna win this, we need to rotate them. Let's go now.
Mitsu Red. How are you this evening?
Alright guys, it's okay.
Fucking double kill. What the fuck, dude? Shot through both of those motherfuckers.
Fish,
Whoa.
Ryan, you gotta fish the dude.
Target spotted.
The hell did somebody shoot me from?
Target acquired.
Time to go get this battle master. How are your matches tonight?
Target spotted.
I know we fought together or opposed each other in the one match.
They're all pushing up, guys. They're
Need
all pushing up.
assistance.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target.
And Umbral Dancer.
Target spotted.
Hello.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Good evening to the two of you. How were your matches? How was your stream? Well, you came at me. You happen to have an open torso. You were coming at me. I didn't have much of a choice. I had to kind of fire into the open torso. It seemed like the right thing to do.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Right arm critical damage. Heat level
Need
critical.
assistance.
Override shutdown.
Target spotted.
Right arm destroyed.
Oh, ow. Well, I took out the one guy before I died. 400 and something damage. I'm not going to be upset about that.
Target acquired.
Yeah, take out that little guy there, dude. It's only fun time when it's murder time, which is why you're supposed to... Come on, Tuna. You got to play this one. Well, I hope you guys had good matches by and large tonight. I've been losing more than I've been winning, which is fine. As long as we're having fun on this spookiest of days of the year, then it's all good.
Guys, it's okay.
And so far, I've been having some fun reading some main event. So, yes, so murder is a thing. And for anybody who doesn't know the backstory to this, and is wondering why I have exclamation point murder that also plays murder and puts up pictures of my dogs. It's a good question, isn't it? Well, for fans of yes, one of the scariest is tax day. For those of you guys who may be fans of How I Met Your Mother, or if you're not fans, here's where the backstory comes in. In How I Met Your Mother, an ex-boyfriend of Robin's convinced her to play a song on one of her newscasts because he was trying to get his single out there or whatever else. And so because it's a news show, I mean, she really can't just, it's not really news. So she put it as an under for an adoption song or for an adoption segment. So they were talking about giving away, or about, they needed to, give away puppies, or, people needed to go to adopt the puppies from the shelter or whatever else. And so played underneath that was murder. Climb aboard the murder train. And so all the dogs got adopted because they thought that if they didn't, they were going to get murdered. So I play the song with the pictures of my dogs up there for that reason. Kind of an inside joke, but if you watch the show, you'll know what it is. I think it's funny.
Nice shot, dude.
And as long as I think it's funny, then it works for me. And that's why when you push the button, there's puppies when the song plays. All right, so 2 killing blows, 7 kill assists, 1 solo, 1 KMD, 446. Not too bad. I mean, it's a spicy meatball, but these piranhas are nasty. Here we go. On to the next one. All right, back to main event. Rose flashed a grin and ran across the room to his mech. He climbed the chain ladder to the torso hand grips, then hit the ladder's rewind button. As the ladder began disappearing into the charger's lower torso, Rose continued the climb. Reaching the shoulder, he stopped to take a brief look around the bay. The others were also in the process of climbing up their mechs. Ajax would likely be the first one up, a testimony to his agility and his Raven's shorter stature. Rose slipped around the charger and entered through the back of its head. He closed and sealed the hatch, then dropped into the command chair. Reaching to the rack above the main view screen, he pulled out his neuro helmet. Using both hands, he settled the helmet on his shoulders and began the ignition sequence. Electrical power flooded the mech, and lights filled the cockpit. Authorization confirmation, please. Rose loved the voice of his new mech, but he would never admit it. Speech synthesizers were still not widely used. Despite the added benefit they provided, most pilots had enough to worry about coordinating the movement, firing, communications, and heat levels by sight and feel to worry about listening and reacting to another presence. Rose had always used one in the comm guards, figuring he could look one place and listen another. The shootist's voice had been firm and unemotional. The charger almost purred. Though the system had been disabled when Rose purchased the mech, he just managed to re-engage it prior to the jump to Borkies and to program the verbal warnings, which were based on a variety of hostile or threatening actions. This was the first time he'd heard the voice, except during testing. That reminds me, I had a drill sergeant that would threaten us new soldiers the next time we fucked up he would murder our family and dogs, then play jump rope with their intestines. So, more puppy murder. Yeah, that sounds like a drill sergeant thing to say. 'Cause why wouldn't it be? A rose by any other name, began Rose, is still a rose, finished the computer as Rose smiled. Be wary of the rose and fear the thorns. Confirmation complete. Welcome aboard, Captain. Rose hit the command channel. Thorns, identify. Pursuit 2, online. Rose was not surprised Ajax was the first to report in.
Pings in the 26-27 range.
What happened?
Oh, my cable company just decided they didn't need to maintain their lines anymore.
Oh, that's pretty normal.
Why a Starlink?
Rates go up.
Pursuit 1, online.
Every year.
Angus reporting second did not surprise him.
It's worse than
The
every
kid
year.
wasn't even winded.
11 months, I've had 3.
Battle 1, online.
Wow.
Esmeralda was flexing the Warhammer's arms,
They're just trying to
swinging the
fill
huge
that heavy
PPCs across the bay.
That's what it is.
Command 2, online. Requesting immediate debarkation clearance from the dropship. Rose didn't bother to respond. As the executive officer, Rihanna took care of the details like opening the doors, while Jeremiah checked the troops. Override engaged.
Imagine spending $42 billion and spending none of it on Starlink.
We're going to Fox 6 High or any particular place?
The Fox 6 High is good.
Yeah, it's funny how they're all about innovation improvement until they decide you're not towing the line with them. Then you're evil.
Yeah.
It's really all they're about is lining their own effing pockets.
We head anywhere in particular?
Didn't we say Fox 6 High?
I'd love to go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Fox 6. Oh, shit. I think I got lost.
No,
You guys are fine. Keep running that way.
About 3 ways up. Just get big up there and decide what to do.
Yep.
I'm a piranha. There's no such thing as getting big.
What are you running that trebuchet?
You got friends.
MRMs. We like trebuchet. This is like the first time I've ever ran it.
Our Deco line guys
It's a
would be
great mech.
don't be dead.
I own several.
They're on the opposing side, Delta 5.
Affirmative.
You're narked, Kip?
Krieg, back up.
Who needs
Here they
backup?
come.
Smoke up top.
Where?
Fox 6 High. We got a little smoke. It's okay. You missed us.
Hold your locks, I have so many alarms.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Red smoke, Fox 6 corner.
Okay, trade effectively.
Oh, we
wait
just
for them to
lost
come over.
2. God damn. Flea, what do you see? Got UAV for me, bud?
These 2 mechs are still in Fox 6. They'll reconnect.
Oh, our flea's dead as fuck.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Delta.
UAV activated.
They're heavy pushing through the Gulf area. Watch for them to come up from below.
If you're climbing Fox 6 Hill, that's good. Everybody stay alive, please. Trade effectively.
Target
What if I
spotted.
disconnect the Marauders doing a happy dance?
No, he's discoed.
Hey, he's doing a happy dance. Look at him.
Staying alive.
Target spotted.
That's Starlink
Hey,
disconnected.
Shao, your mech was doing a freaking spin the whole
New
time
target
you were out.
acquired.
Really? No.
It was whirling in circles like a dervish.
Hey, Starlink quality.
Hell yeah. You actually
Nice,
using
nice.
one?
Fucking took 17 points.
Yeah, they're on Starlink.
Nice. Are they coming up the hill now? Looks like
Hope you're enjoying this
Fox
round.
6.
You just connected to another sat, that's why it
New
popped
target
out.
acquired.
Okay, got some in Fox 6 now. They're climbing. Come.
Yep, seismic
New
Fox
target
6.
acquired.
spotted.
Fafner. Oh, what? Come on, get him. Shots on him.
I got smoke on him.
New target acquired.
Lance Plus over there,
Fafner.
guys.
One alert. There's still more mechs back there. Fox 6.
Smoke.
Heat level critical.
Assault underneath Fox 6.
We got a couple trying to swing around the back of
Feel
Gulf
Fox
6.
Fox 6.
Smoke on that guy again.
Target
Fox 6
spotted.
side
On
battle.
Echo.
Target spotted.
Smoke. Golf 7.
Kodiak, watch yourself.
Don't push around that corner, Creek.
New target acquired.
UAV Fox 6.
Just blood ass 5 so I have your corner for you.
We're pushing this ramp
New
now.
target acquired.
Yeah, let's push Fox 6 a little more. They've turned. Wait, there they are.
Fuck
Still
it,
there.
Thunderbolt.
Fafner's there. Delta.
New target acquired.
Captors,
Missile.
right torso.
Sorry, Creek. I shot your leg.
New
Get
target
back to the pile of damage you already have.
Nice kill, bro.
target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Pushing underneath.
Can I have some help at Fox 6?
Yeah, back up.
On my way
New
up.
target acquired.
Don't worry, just got you on, hold down.
Target spotted.
Don't let our blood ass die for nothing.
We're here, Bravo.
Bravo.
Let's push around a little bit. It's got armor.
I do.
Hit that Bravo. Stalker.
Nice.
Good armor, we gotta push after.
Right
I
on
don't-
Alpha. Holy shit, he's got lots of larges.
Destroyed.
Don't push around that corner at Gulf 6. There's a whole bunch of them waiting for us down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's have good pinch with them, though. Pressure both sides, gently.
Yeah, if we can get the top down and then just swing around them from the top.
Ooh, they're all sitting there. They don't know what's up.
Hey, guys on top, let's push a bit. If you got armor.
Two
push
UAVs
away.
down there.
Go.
There's only 5 left. We can just run over. Let's do it.
Golf open. Golf
Target
right open. Nice.
destroyed.
Keep pushing. Front
Target
open.
acquired.
There's still something back in like Fox 4 with your larges, by the way.
Critical.
Try to get
Fox
back.
4.
Heat level critical.
Got any armor, keep pushing.
Heat level critical.
Push Shadow Cat Hotel 6, I think. Behind the rock.
Critical damage. Override.
Nice push, thank you. Good pinch.
Right torso destroyed.
I went down. Oh.
It's worth.
Thanks, not Naya. You guys missed all my brilliance down there. I knew I was overheating myself, but I went down and took out a couple of them on the way.
Oh, yeah.
Good job holding the line and countering their push, guys.
Even with some disconnects, good work.
Nice
come
fire
back.
support from the guy with the 6 LRM-15.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Aw, yeah. Hey, Bandit. Enjoy your lurk.
You go ahead and play while I eat, but figured I'd get back on, at least say hello.
Sure. I'll do another match while you chomp your food. Battle 3 online. That left only Batticus. Rose waited expectantly as the bay doors began to open. Battle 2 online. Almost. Primary visual panel is not responding. Rose shook his head and looked over at the immobile Shadowhawk. The visual unit had failed immediately after the battle on Solaris. Rose had replaced it twice on the way to Outreach, and then Hogg had rebuilt it completely when it failed during testing on the way to Borgies. Switch to secondary. Confirm visual. Secondary confirmed. Just don't go running off. I'll have a devil of a time finding you. Batticus wasn't far from the truth. At only 60% of the size of the main view screen, the smaller screen would make it easy to miss some things. It was good to have in a battle, but nobody wanted to depend on it, especially during close maneuvering. Doors are open. We're clear to disembark. Rose noticed his sister's voice revealed not even a trace of excitement. She sounded very professional. He hoped it would last. Column formation. Thorns. 2 abreast. Pursuit. You have the honors. Command 2 will follow as a single. Battle 1. You have the rear with Battle 2. Try to keep him out of trouble. Pursuit. We're heading down the main road. Don't stop until you're standing in front of the biggest white building you've ever seen. The Raven and the Valkyrie headed down the ramp. Though their weights were different, they made a good pair. For the entry into the city, Rose wanted his column to look good, as well as provide a sound military defense. Rihanna moved out alone, and Hogg fell in along his right side. Esmeralda and Batticus stomped out behind him.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Any preferences as to where we fight in this match?
Not particularly.
Let's fight in the Echo and Fox lines then.
Target spotted. Affirmative.
Because you know they're going to be pushing the Fox lines, and they always get surprised when we push the Fox line too.
UAV activated.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Lots of deep talks.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Batticus. Oh, she.
Target spotted.
Let's see if I can find that light over here.
target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Warning incoming. Right arm destroyed. New target acquired. Warning incoming missile.
Damn it.
We can push. Let's push.
Left arm destroyed. Override shut down.
Push both sides.
Heat level critical. Right torso critical damage. Override shut down. Left torso critical damage. Left flag destroyed.
Oops. I overheated myself, damn it. Wasn't paying attention, forgot to hit my cool shot in time.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
See, for some reason, the counter NASCAR on this map almost always seems to work when we're going to the F line. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Like, people have learned on other maps that the counter NASCAR is a thing. On this map, it surprises them every time.
I think the last one might be a flea. He was shooting me in the back.
It was, yeah. It was
Yeah, I've got a called out rear torso right side. I guess he's UCM. Nice.
Good match, everybody. Thanks for following the plan and grouping together. Because that does not work if people don't follow the plan. It goes very badly. All right, Bear, I am readied up with ya.
Okay.
As the Charger moved down the ramp, sunlight hit the new paint for the first time. Rihanna, with Ajax's help, had settled on red and black as the unit's primary colors. Given the unit's name, Rose thought the choice appropriate as well as impressive. Each mech was painted in the same colors, but each pattern was unique. When combined with the grays and silvers of the ports, the effect was memorable. Rose followed his sister across the landing field and through the main gates. Conveyor trucks and cargo carriers moved aside as the procession moved past the terminals and toward Assembly Avenue. 10 minutes later, the Blackthorns were causing a major traffic jam as cars veered to the curb to let the mechs pass. The citizens of Houston had probably all seen battle mechs before, but Rose allowed himself a moment of pride as the civilians stopped their daily routine and stood gaping. Rose stepped around and occasionally over cars as they continued on their way. At their slow pace, it took 30 minutes to reach the assembly pavilion. Crescent formation, standard defense of the building. Rose stepped forward, and the Thorns took position around him. While he faced the building, the rest of the unit faced the other way. Rose flipped on his external speakers. This is Captain Jeremiah Rose of the Blackthorns Mercenary Unit. We have a binding contract as certified by the Mercenary Review and Bonding Commission of Outreach, and we request immediate ratification. Nothing happened for a few minutes, so Rose settled back into his chair after turning up the external speakers. After 15 minutes, a barrel-chested man appeared at the top of the stairs. Seeing the man was dressed in formal coat and vest, Rose guessed him to be one of the council members, perhaps the chairman. Zooming his cameras in on the man's face, it was easy to see he had an air of command and held himself with perfect bearing. With the charger at the bottom of the stone stairs and the man at the top, Rose was only slightly taller than him. When the man began to speak, he did not shout, despite the charger's size and distance. He simply looked directly at the charger's head and began talking. "I am Council Chairman Xenos Cook. We've been expecting you, Captain Rose. If you will be so kind as to come with me, we can begin. The Council has been in an emergency session for the past 2 hours. The chairman turned to go, then stopped. You will, of course, have to leave your mech outside. Without waiting for a reply, Xenos Cook disappeared into the building. That just doesn't seem right, Bear. Why would he have to leave his mech outside? Just messed up. Messed up, I tells you.
Not a big enough front door.
It's a charger. He could make himself a front door.
Yeah.
We'll start into the next chapter after this mech warrior battle, where this is definitely a tier 1, as we have Iniki and Oregon on our side. Let's see, they have XDC Hurricane, which means he's going to be probably in an Arctic Wolf with ATMs, because that's what he's been running recently.
He's got a radio voice like you do.
Reactor online.
No one has a voice like I do.
Weapons online.
But he has a good voice.
All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
No.
Engage.
It wasn't a question, it was a command.
No.
Shoot him in the legs, everybody. It's mutiny.
Shoot that guy.
All right, guys, where do you want to fight? Looks like the majority of our weight is over on the Fox Echo side, so why don't we stick over to that side?
No.
You're really contrary, aren't you?
Perhaps.
But that wasn't contrary.
Are you sure?
Oh, I got jump jets.
Reminds me of the Monty Python argument skit.
Target spotted.
Looks like we have action on the left.
I bark in your general direction.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Watch out on the left. Be careful. I'm coming to the middle.
Target spotted. Attack as primary.
Golf, CT.
Target spotted.
CT open turret golf. Take him out. Nice job. Well done. Hotel. I'm inbound in 10 seconds.
Let the fat guy in front.
Keep an eye on the map, team. Make sure you're not getting left behind anywhere.
If anybody can put eyes in the sky over here, that'd be great.
Echo, shoulders, get up. I'm coming. I'm pushing in, back me up.
Target destroyed.
Let my fat ass through. Come on.
Target
You're looking on the right,
acquired.
Alpha. Kid, you down.
UAV over. Thank you.
Second one, hold on.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Attack as primary.
Alpha, legs. Oh, is that a buddy behind him?
Target
New
spotted.
target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
They got a couple people on the back wall, Golf 4.
Are they back here?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
How were they spotting me?
Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Half of the enemies remain.
Come here.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Second
target
contact on the right.
acquired.
Second one on the right. Another one over there. Fox 5 times 2.
Attack is primary.
Left arm critical.
Thank you.
Going for kilo.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Headshot team. I got spotted. Negative visual.
It's Hurricane. He's the last one. I thought I saw ATMs coming from Charlie 4.
Copy Charlie 4.
That wouldn't surprise me. He loves to sit back somewhere until the last minute and then fire off his ATMs.
Nope, that's him.
Target spotted as
Ah,
primary.
it says over there.
Target acquired.
Kick his ass.
Attack is primary. Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
He had way more armor in his back than than anybody has any right to. I fired Alpha Strike after Alpha Strike with micro pulses into his back. $604 points of damage, 3 KMDDs. Wow, that one was a rough one. But I mean, we had a stacked team, let's just be honest. I mean, our team was way more stacked than their team was.
Mm-hmm.
It happens that way sometimes. It could very easily have been the other way around. And has been quite frequently on our behalf. All right. I think that's enough of that, Piranha. Now, Angry Fish. Readied. Chapter 21. Houston. Porgies. 13 December 3054. With little else left to do, Rose shut down the charger and followed Chairman Cook inside. The rest of the Blackthorns remained on guard outside, linked to Rose by his personal communicator. He doubted it would be needed, but having the small device made him feel better. The assembly pavilion was every bit as impressive within as it was without. The walls, floor, and ceiling were joined together with infinite care to create smooth, flowing hallways. Once inside, Rhodes noticed a handful of guards, but these seemed to be mostly for show. They stood at attention as he entered, but he had either been cleared for entry, or they did not challenge strangers. He shook his head as he followed the main corridor to a set of huge double doors. These people needed training even worse than he'd imagined. At the end of the hall, Rose was finally stopped by a pair of armed guards. Just as he came to a halt, however, the first guard pulled open the massive door, and the second snapped to attention. Rose mumbled his thanks and went inside. Standing at the door, Rose saw he was at the far end of the High Council chamber, a room dominated by a semicircular table surrounded by 9 chairs. The table and chairs sat on a raised platform under the dome of the main room. From where Rose stood, the members gathered around the table seemed aloof from the rest of the room, but that was probably how they were supposed to appear. Several assistants scurried around the table carrying stacks of paper and memory disks to the counselors they supported. As Rose entered the room, Zeno's cook settled into the center chair and began reading his monitor. Feeling slightly like Daniel in the lion's den, he began walking down the short aisle to the platform. The ceiling was much lower in this section of the room, making it easier to imagine the aisle as an access tunnel to the platform. On either side, empty chairs faced the platform. He noticed several tri-vid cameras behind the massive chairs, but they were also quiet. Evidently, emergency sessions of the council did not get broadcast to the general populace. Rose stepped past the last row of chairs and into the brightness shed by the lights of the dome. It was like stepping into another world. 8 sets of eyes settled on Rose as he appeared under the lights. Zenos had already been watching him, picking up his movement down the aisle while the rest of the council members went about their business. Rose climbed the flight of 6 steps and walked to the center of the semicircle. Conversation stopped as the men and women of the council examined Rose. He'd spent only a short time in the cockpit of the Charger, but he knew he looked scruffy compared to the leaders of the Borkese government. A flight suit was rarely considered correct attire when addressing a government, especially when its members were all formally attired. Captain Rose, I have the privilege and honor to welcome you to Borkese. Chairman Zenos smiled, and Rose was convinced the salutation was sincere until he remembered he was dealing with a politician.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems not.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
This does not appear to me. Hey. You can't kill me. Only I can kill me. Better you blow yourself up than the enemy blows you up.
Already down one? Oh, no, I guess not.
No. Guy said he would just blow himself up if he overrode.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Couple of heavies moving up the Echo line. And when I say heavies, I mean assaults.
New target acquired. Target acquired.
Target spotted.
There's a couple over in C5.
UAV activated. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Well, you can clearly see where they all are, as my UAV is telling you where every single damned one of them is. Those damned dirty apes. There's a reason I did not choose to stay on the platform.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Because I was a baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Do 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 do.
Target spotted.
Baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Laughing bear.
Yeah.
What happened?
Target spotted.
I got
New
killed.
target acquired. Enemy base is being captured. UAV.
Clearly so.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna put my dishes away.
All right, sir. Very good, sir. Very good.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Base is being captured. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Enemy base is being captured.
Need assistance.
Target
Need
acquired.
assistance. Target spotted.
Base is being captured. Enemy base is being captured.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Base is being captured. Enemy base is being captured. Heat level critical. Enemy base is being captured. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Base is being captured.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Can people stop fucking walking in front of me as I'm firing? Jesus.
Target acquired.
Holy machine guns, Batman.
Well, this is my angry fish. There's the reason he's an angry fish.
Destroyed.
Because he's angry.
Here we go.
Now I was trying to play him. And those right bastards kept on walking in front of me as I was firing.
I got an equal sign. I got one
Two.
KMDD. How about that?
2 killing blows, 4 kill assists, 1 solo, 3 KMDDs. Arrows up. Those bastards kept on walking in front of me. Don't they know I'm trying to fight over here? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Rose returned the smile, but it wasn't nearly as warm. Captain Rose, am I to understand you have brought mechs to the assembly pavilion? Xenos rolled his eyes and sighed as Rose turned toward the new speaker. His first thought was vulture, but he was thinking of the bird and not the mech of that name. The new speaker was a small man with a huge nose and wide eyes. His voice was raspy, but it carried a certain authority Rose had always associated with nobility. The man looked to be more than 80 years old, his face a web of lines and wrinkles. Although Rose knew the names of all the council members, he did not know their faces or their opinions. That is correct. He kept any hint of a challenge out of his voice. Just give them the facts, he decided. Why? Rose considered addressing the man, but decided to make his remarks to the entire council. As such, he looked at Chairman Cook when speaking. Several months ago, agents of your government contacted me with an offer of a garrison and training contract. My mercenary unit subsequently accepted the offer and signed the proper documents on the planet outreach. Rose paused for breath, but continued quickly when the vulture looked about to speak. Per that contract, I have begun the deployment of my force. Battle mechs are of little use sitting in the belly of a dropship. Despite the lack of official greeting at the spaceport, I decided to press on to the seat of government and introduce myself. Having done so, I need to know where my unit will be quartered. Rose tried to make his speech sound slightly indignant, but if he was successful, it didn't show on the council members' faces. When he looked back at Cook, the man was smiling. Your quarters and the need of them for them have yet to be established, the vulture said. Cook rolled his eyes again. Mr. Crenshaw, you are out of line, he said. Crenshaw backed down, but Rose could tell the confrontation was far from over. I take it that there is some question about my contract? Rose made it sound like a query, but he knew it was a statement of fact. A somber nodding of heads confirmed his words. Perhaps someone could explain.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engage.
Oh, good.
And we have a disconnect.
We had two, but now there's only one.
Maybe he'll show up. Oh, there he is.
Come and play. Everything's A-okay.
Warriors, come out to play!
On my way.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Can you tell me how to get
New target acquired.
to Sesame Street?
New target acquired. Left torso critical damage.
Ugh. Dual snub noses almost took out my torso already. Where the lerms are free.
UAV activated.
Well, everybody, I gave you your sightings. It is now your job to go and fight them all. Fight them in the trenches.
Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Hello, Laughing Bear.
They fucked me up.
Acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Jesus.
I don't think it has anything to do with the current situation.
I did 36 damage. Ouch. I killed a guy. But I got my ass handed to me in this match.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
I think there were two roughnecks sporting,
Target
okay,
destroyed.
yeah, at least two roughnecks sporting dual
Target
or
acquired.
sporting quad snubs.
Coming around the corner.
New target acquired.
King Crab.
That's not good.
I mean, they basically almost instantly toasted me.
Someone get that UAV.
New target acquired.
I'll be right back.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
There's Kodiak now.
Heat
Sorry.
level critical. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target
Ammo
spotted.
at 25%. Target destroyed.
Good game, y'all.
Oh, look. Hey, Jeff, good evening to you. Oh, look, we came out with a victory, but I came out with a failure. I died. And look,
I
my
died, and
camera.
I'm gonna reincarnate as another mech.
My camera is all over the place because it follows me out the door. Come back, camera, come back.
Do I take that one? No, I don't take that one. What do I take?
Let's see.
Oh, I know. I'll take this one.
What shall I run with? How about... Now here's something we hope you'll really like. Try something a little bit different. Just a little bit funny. I am one scary looking mech. Thank you very much for noticing.
Beer, bow.
The Grey Death? What do I have on my Grey Death? Four ER Meads and a Silver Bullet? Why not? I could take that out for a match. Or 3. We'll see how it goes. Alright, readied up. Let's go get some main event. We can explain, all right. All eyes turned toward Crenshaw, who was now standing. Cook's boys went to outreach without the approval of the council. They signed a contract without authorization, and that makes it illegal and non-binding. You came a hell of a long distance out of your way, son, and all for nothing. A heavy crack resounded through the dome. Rhodes jerked his head toward Cook, expecting to see some kind of gavel. Instead, he discovered the chairman pounding on the wooden tabletop with his knuckles. The volume alone brought people to attention. Rose suppressed a desire to rub his own hands. Hitting anything that hard with your bare hands had to hurt. Mr. Crenshaw, considering the gravity of the situation before us, I acted within my rights as the leader of this council. As required, I fully informed 2 members of the council of my decision, and filed the necessary papers with the council secretary. Madam Hillerman. Let's see. Who is it? Madam Hillerman, were all papers duly recorded and accurately entered? Cook never took his eyes off Crenshaw. They were, Mr. Chairman. Then you, Mr. Crenshaw, have nothing to complain about. Except that you were flanked and busted, Rose added mentally. Crenshaw appeared about to reply, but stopped. He nodded at Cook and glared, then sat down without another word. Mr. Chairman, I agree you had every right to authorize the dispatching of a delegation to Outreach. But now that the contract has been tendered, we must vote on ratification. The new challenger to Cook spoke calmly. Rose looked at the young woman, who was apparently the junior member of the council. Rose guessed her age in the mid-30s, fully 10 to 30 years behind the rest of the council members. She looked at Rose, but he could tell nothing about her opinion of the discussion going on around her. That's right, Cook. If the majority votes this down, we send the boy home and take care of things ourselves. Why, thank you very much, ALOS. Welcome on in, and thank you for your continued support of the channel. Rose was really starting to hate being called boy. He started to say something, but the young woman interrupted. We've been over this for the last 2, almost 3 hours. We know the clans are a problem, but they do not threaten us.
Howdy.
Yet, interrupted Cook. The front lines are heavily fortified, she continued, giving no indication she'd heard Cook's rebuttal. Even though the Federated Commonwealth has decided not to garrison Porkies as we had hoped they would. What good is a partial company if the clans decide to attack? Rose watched the two argue. Cook was getting angry, and the emotion charged his every word. Thus far, his challenger had managed to keep her calm, but Rose could tell that was slipping away as well. The remainder of the council seemed ready to let the two of them argue it out.
Reactor online.
And you've got to love when you get to a new planet and you have the opportunity to bring out a new accent.
All systems.
Override engaged.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
I cannot even remember the last time I used a silver bullet goss. Slotty bot fast. Arty slot fast.
Party sloppy pants.
Slappy pants?
Floppy pants.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
At 25%. Target
Exactly,
acquired.
sir. Exactly.
New target acquired.
It's the best camel job I've ever seen.
Air strike is online. Broken arrow is ready.
No, sir, stole me. Old me.
Fuel at 25%.
With the great old crikey. Or you have to have fun with the things that you do.
New target acquired.
Or if not, what,
New target acquired.
pray tell, is the point of life?
New target
Freaky
acquired.
cranky Bob.
New
Ow,
target
who shot me?
acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
That guy has a hell of a lot of beam lasers on him.
Damn.
Or not beam lasers, binaries.
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
You're welcome.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Turn the light off on purpose?
I just forgot to turn it back on.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Forgot how much fun these silver bullet costs really were. I know, right? This thing fires quick. Gotta be somebody in the circle somewhere. There it is.
Acquired.
Down in the trench, Indigo, the Corsair.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired. Lost at 25%. Target acquired.
Target spotted. We're a quarter of the way there. Keep it up.
New target acquired. Target.
Oh, yeah. Sharpter, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in.
2 killing.
I mean, 1 killing blow, 7 kill assists, 1 KMDD, 679 done. Haven't played this thing in forever. I think it did pretty good. I mean, the Silver Bullet. Yeah, I haven't played a Silver Bullet in, God, I can't even remember how long it's been since I've actually played one. I forgot how much they can actually do and how fast the cooldown is on those things. It's kind of nice on this one because of how high it sits, with it being right next to the cockpit there. It makes it really easy to be able to, as long as you can see, you can fire. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. I did okay. I did decent. They can make one hell of a difference. Without them, the Federats will have to retake the planet. With some kind of organized defense, the defense Rose and his people will establish, we can provide some safe landing zones. Without them, the clans would overrun the planet. And that's if there's an invasion. What about a serious raid? The militia can't hope to compete with those Omni-mechs. All of that only matters if the clans attack, which they won't, because we're below the line defined by the Treaty of Tukayid. We're above the line and open to attack. You're on the line, and you don't want the clans to decide if you're fair. Oh, you're on the line. Hold. Who the hell? I have no idea who this is, so you're on the line, and you don't want the clans to decide if you're fair game. All heads looked past Rose as someone walked down the aisle he had just traversed. Rose turned partially, watching the newcomer, but keeping the chairman in his peripheral vision. The disembodied voice continued as the speaker slowly entered the light. If you're invaded, you don't stand a chance. All due respect to the man standing before you. If you get raided, well, that's a different story. Rose watched as a pair of boots stepped into the light. If the clans decide to raid Borgies, this man and his troops could make all the difference. Light crept up the man's trouser legs. FC regulation boots and breeches, thought Rose. And now, back to a mech warrior battle.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Yeah, Jeff, I really like doing non-traditional builds on a lot of this stuff, if I can do it. Override engaged. I like doing things that somebody isn't going to expect when they're like, oh, it's a direwolf. It's going to be this. Oh, it's a flea. It's going to be this. I like to be able to come out with something that they're like, it's a Shadowhawk. It has what? What did they just hit me with? Damn rat bastards.
Override engaged.
Can't go that way.
Or even better, if you need protection from missiles, hide behind a wall.
Target acquired.
Spotted.
New New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Chargers have ungodly range with those freaking small lasers. We got a Lerm Direwolf in Fox 5.
Warning, incoming missile. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Target spotted.
Watch out for G and E6. He has a lot of DACA.
The hell?
New target acquired.
Well, that was weird. Oh, I hear that. I thought about that, and when I originally built it, I built it that way, and then I was like, eh.
I'll be right
Mad
back.
Cat is halved.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
25% of the enemies are eliminated. We're experiencing some losses. Target spotted. Sloppy out there.
Back at
Warning,
CT open.
incoming missile. New target acquired. Center torso critical damage. Warning, incoming missile.
Guys, we need to push in on those Lerm boats that are in Fox 5. They're not going to be able to do a damn thing if you push in on them. But it can't just be onesie-twosies. We have to do a concerted push.
Keep crab down. Go. Freaking Lotus.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Clean up the survivors.
Oh no.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
There we go, and that's how you take out Lerm boats.
Target acquired.
That bit link shall be punished for his transaction.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more.
He's got an open CT. Why, thank you, Barbette. Good evening. How are you tonight? I took a shitload of damage from those freaking lerms because I was the only one over there trying to fight them until I told everybody, look, we have to push it together because everybody's like, oh my god, they're lerms! Run away!
Game guy.
Good game, y'all.
Lerms are only scary if you run away from them. If you run towards them, they suddenly become not so scary anymore. Because there's not a damn thing that they can do to you at close range. Even clan stuff is barely pinging your armor. Alright. New mech. There's a little taste of the Grey Death this evening. Now how about, you know what? Cyclopes. Oh, good. I'm glad Trick or Treat was really good tonight. So, Herb, there is something to be said to that. It does depend a little bit on your speed, but if you can get a couple of people together to go in there, one person may fall, but if you just sit there and stand back and just and let them do their thing, it almost is never a winning prospect. And especially down on the lower tiers, it just doesn't, it's not a, people get scared of lerms. They're like, Mythol, no! Well, thank you, Barb. I do good things sometimes. Do I I'm trying to even think if I have a Banshee. I gotta have a Banshee, right? Let's get back to the thing for a minute. So, continued the voice, I ask again, do you really want to take the chance? I don't know this man or his price, but I know you'll need him if the clans mount a serious raid. The man stepped fully into the light, and believe me, the clans are always serious. Rose turned all the way around to stare at the speaker. More than 2 meters tall, he was broad-shouldered and slim-hipped. Although dressed in Federated Commonwealth mech warrior fatigues. Yeah, I probably have the Christmas Banshee. He carried himself like a man with general's stars. His thick brown hair and full beard were neatly trimmed, but gave him a wild air that only increased his appeal. Like Rose, he wore a laser pistol, but his was strapped to his right thigh. Solander Morgan, I did not know you were in the city. Rose did not like the respect he heard in Cook's voice, or the way Morgan suddenly calmed the council. Mr. Chairman, I apologize for the dramatic entrance. I was unavoidably delayed. Rose hoped his men had something to do with it. Hauptmann, please, Mr. Chairman, I am just a civilian now. Rose's mind went into high gear. A recently retired mech warrior, still in the prime of life. He doesn't look disabled. But what other explanation could there be for early retirement of one who commands so much respect? Mr. Morgan, if you insist. We asked you to come before the council to give testimony on the clans. We are all aware of your record against the Steel Vipers and Jade Falcons.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Yeah, I'll go take a look for a Banshee after this, Jeff. Override engaged. See if I can put one together with a Halloween theme. Maybe some black and orange. Although those were the colors of the rival high school in my hometown. We were crimson and gold. The rival high school, black and orange. They were evil. They were Halloween themed. Laughing Bear, the revolutionary.
You can't prove it.
Your
No
name
one saw me
says...
doing it.
Your name says the revolutionary.
What is the title?
All the ways you want to, Barbette. All the ways you want to.
Target spotted.
Well, 2.
Target spotted.
YouTube and Twitch. Those are the only 2 I've got. I would put this on Kick as well, but I do this through Restream. And unfortunately, with Restream, their free service only allows me to stream to 2 different places. I'd have to start paying to go to 3. And that's just not worth it for me at the moment. Maybe later one day, I will find that it's worthwhile. Today, however, is not that day.
New target acquired.
Yep.
New target acquired.
Well, that guy regretted that. Yeah, free is my price too, Barb. I mean, I don't mind paying for some of the things. I have certain things that I do pay for. I prefer to pay a one-time price if I can do it, rather than a. I'm not a fan of the subscription prices. I would rather pay a one-time fee than have to pay a monthly fee. Like I would wildly, yeah, Red Smovery. How you doing tonight? Yeah, it is old school. I know it. And it probably is, you know, a little bit my old school way of thinking there, but
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
I would wildly rather purchase something outright that I could use
New target acquired.
than have to pay a subscription price. It's one of the things that just annoys the bejibbles out of me about, yes, the bejibbles, by the way, about, like, Photoshop. I wouldn't mind getting Photoshop. I wouldn't mind having some of the services like that.
Target acquired.
But I want to buy it. I want to get, you know, audio editing software. I want Adobe Audition.
You can turn around, boys. They're in F4.
New target acquired.
But I want it to purchase and to have and to hold.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Demon.
For better or for worse, for richer, for poor, till death do us part.
Target spotted.
That's right. Get out of here, sneaky snack.
New target acquired.
What is the minimum range on Thunderbolts?
New target
Yeah, you have to sign up for Microsoft 365, and yeah, I mean that crap annoys me. I just want to purchase it. Yeah, if you have the Windows 98 edition, that wasn't bad. 625 damage done, 3 killing blows, 2 KMDDs. But yeah, so much of it nowadays is not that way. So I don't mind buying things. I don't like renting things. It's yeah. So like and again, if I could so the camera that I use or the software that I use for my camera. So I use XSplit. I want to say that's the name of the software that I use. So I have it's XSplit VCam. So here is taking away it does a removal of background for me. I can put in various different backgrounds. Ta-ta-da. I have the ability, I can add a logo down in the bottom corner. I can add, different logos as we go across. All the fun things in here. I paid for the software. I was able to just purchase it outright. Happy to do it. They send me the updates every once in a while, whatever else. Good to go. Happy, joy. Before before I had this, before I purchased it, they put a little logo down in the corner. So be it. I'm fine with that. But if you wanted to charge me, $5 a month to be able to use this, I wouldn't have purchased it. I don't want to pay $5 a month for it. I just want to have it to use. Yeah, right? My computer can't even take those. It doesn't have a slot for those anymore. Okay, where's the Banshee? Where's the Banshee? Yeah, look. Christmas Banshee. Oh, I've recolored it, but it tells you how long it's been because it's showing it here, but it shows it differently here. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go with whatever's on here, but let's change the camo specs. Owned. So let's go with orange, black, and black. There you go. There you go, Jeff. Halloween themed. Save. As if it makes you happy. All right, so 2 heavy PPCs, 2 light gals. Ugh. This is fun. Rename it Pumpkinhead. Why not? Why not?
Back.
This'll be a spicy meatball, but let's go. Sure. Happy to, Barb. Yeah, I actually really like this one because so and let me pop it back up here for a second. You can see I have a green screen in the back. I don't really use it. I used to use it before I got this program because as what I was using before was I needed a green screen to be able to have it. But as you can see now, I've got my bookshelf back here with crap all over it. I've got, I have blankets because when I'm doing my audio recording and stuff, I have blankets that I put down over the windows. The green screen covers the back windows. If I have it scan over, actually, I'm just going to, let me do this for a second. I'm going to turn off AI tracking, and I'm going to show you guys around the office just a little bit. You can see I actually have audio treatments on, you know, some of the walls and stuff. And so, you know, I have all this stuff up here, but okay, let's bring it back to me. AI tracking back on. So with all this stuff on, oh, and actually, you can't see the green screen because so where it's actually still see through here, I have a filter on my OBS that pulls out the green screen. But I actually have a green screen back there. It's funny that you can't actually see that. because where it's clear right here, I actually have green screen. Puppies. As a matter of fact, turn off AI tracking for a second. I can get this thing to move. Turn that off. Will it move? There's my beagle. You guys can watch her for this match. You guys can see I really do stuff with Project New Hope. I have the card for the president as we're working through our holiday party and stuff like that. The other dog. Oh, there she is. The other dog. Go the other way. See if you can see her behind me. There you go. There she is behind me. My puppies. Right, Pepper? Right, Ginger? The beagle is less needy at this point in her life. The other one is very needy. There you guys go. You guys get a beagle cam for this match. Override engaged.
Mech, my friend. Why don't use awesome mechs? V6? No.
Beagle cam, yes. But yeah, so before I got this program that I use, which again it's XSplit. Now I'll message it over to you. You know, in a little bit, Barb. I had to use the green screen. I had to try to get the filter set up. They didn't work really well. XSplit has worked just fantastically for me. I mean, surprisingly so. For the fact that I don't have anything up there, I can remove the chair if I don't want to have it there. Yeah, you could tell that it's wearing her out. Right, Ginger? Ginger? You're on camera. She's like, eh. She really doesn't, does she?
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Eat my heavy PPCs.
Target spotted.
Yeah, that's what she's laying on is a recliner that used to be downstairs, but it moved into my office. It's where my wife sits when she comes in here and spends time with me while I'm working or doing anything else. But when she's not in here, the dogs like to use it.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Couple of assaults on a fan left of me. E4. We'll rotate around.
Fuck, rocket boat. What the fuck?
New target acquired. Incoming missile.
Target spotted.
Incoming missile.
Target spotted.
Incoming missile.
Freaking missiles.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. "25% of the enemies are eliminated."
Target destroyed.
I was gonna say, I can't believe that adder is just sitting there and taking that.
Target spotted. We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there. Target spotted.
Target
The enemies
acquired.
are half depleted. Keep pushing. Target spotted.
Entire wheel back here, Bravo 4.
She's old at this point. I mean, she's... Oh. I see the dogs switched places.
Kill this little shit.
Yeah, we got one in the F4 hiding behind those rocks.
Target spotted. We've lost half our
I'm dead.
Can't lose any more soldiers.
Target destroyed.
Clean up the survivors. Target spotted.
What was the Beagle has turned into Pepper.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target
Target
spotted.
destroyed.
Ground forces. We're detecting no more hostiles. Good job, soldier.
Good game, y'all.
I think she straight kicked the Beagle out of the office. 2 killing blows, 1 KMDD, 534 done. Not too shabby.
8 kills, just 525.
So I will say Pepper is very needy. She has severe separation anxiety. Like she needs to be around me all the time. Isn't that right, Pepper? What if I remove the background? Now you're just gone altogether. Because you're dark, and so it just removes you. You have been removed. She loves it. All right. Let's bring it back, shall we?
Hooray for the supply cache. Let's see what kind of common garbage
Put
I
that
got
back
this time.
on. Let's hit that. AI
That's
tracking back
podcast.
on, and hello everyone. It's me again.
Dreamcatcher cockpit item.
We'll remove that. Actually, that is entirely. Hey, Dan. That is entirely the cats coming in and scratching on this damn thing. Let's see if I can. All right. There you go, Barbette. Messaged. All right. Back in. Dink. Dink. And readied up.
This will probably be my last match.
What time is it? Oh, okay. No worries.
Hmm.
Oh, looks like we'll get to play in some Bear Claw. All right, guys, I think you're back now. So, what I was saying is the chair and the beat up on the chair is 100% entirely the cats. The dogs haven't chewed on it at all. The dogs are really good about not chewing on the furniture. The cats, on the other hand, like to scratch. So everything that has happened to all of the furniture throughout the entire house, entirely cat related. Freaking cats.
Fever, da, da, da.
Yeah, so we have two, and I'm going to say 2.5. So we have a cat that we've had forever. Yeah, we do, but they don't use them. Because why would they? We have a cat that we've had for a really long time. We have another older cat that we adopted when he was 8 years old. And he's actually the worst offender for most of this. He's a frickin' jaguar with the most gigantic claws. Override engaged. With the world's most gigantic freaking claws on him. And then I say 2.5 because one is my oldest daughter's who is off at college, and she takes the cat with her when she goes to college. Like she's home this weekend, so the cat is home this weekend. So we'll have him all weekend, and he's actually the only one who uses the cat tree. The rest of them, a bobcat. No, I mean, I call him a jaguar. He is big. He's like almost a pure black cat, but this dude has claws on him. I mean, it's almost just insanely crazy how big his claws are. I have to go and get him down and chop them, periodically, or more than periodically, because he'll come up and he'll lay on top of me and just have these sharp ass, like 2-inch claws that I'm like, God damn, cat, you're killing me. I mean, they aren't actually 2 inches. They're probably an inch, but...
Still.
Target spotted.
All right, guys, we got a mech behind us.
Yeah, it's a fleet. It's Golf 5 or Golf 6.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
You could
Echo
send like
four line,
two to the
multiples.
deals.
Target spotted.
Don't everyone chase the fleet.
Target spotted.
Direwolf Echo 5. Bravo.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
We've got a whole lance behind us, Golf 5.
New target
Gyro Bravo,
acquired.
open center torso, kill him first.
Did you hear that, guys? We got 2 of our guys over there.
Need assistance.
Gyro down. Fox.
New target acquired.
You got a UAV up. Double force next.
Left
Kinda, the guys stragglers here, we need to counter rotate. Help our guys in Golf 6.
Agreed, let's go get him.
Heat sink destroyed. Left torso.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, we're surrounded over here.
Cap.
Fuck.
I don't know how they got an entire lance with freaking assaults back there that
BT.
fast. Yeah. So I have on my
We need all
my
hands
living
right
room
now.
coffee table. I have the
You, whoever owns Golf
cat
5.
nail clippers just sitting on the table there. So that way, like, he'll come up and he'll just chill out with us sometimes, and we'll just pet him and things like that. And when it's time, we'll just, grab him. The clippers are right there, and we'll get him. We just pick him up in the air to where he can't go anywhere, and I'll get him. Yeah, I really don't know how, like, they got assaults behind us really freaking fast, it seems. Or I just wasn't paying attention because I was talking to you
Wait,
guys.
what?
I mean, that could have been too.
Target acquired. Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
The main force is in Fox
Target
6. They're
spotted.
clustered up there. They're pretty beat up. We gotta squeeze them. They're from all sides if we can.
Heat level
Target spotted.
critical. Target
Enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
But again, as always, when you're so used to playing lights, you allow yourself to get into situations like that because
Fall through.
you can run away easily. Yeah, there was all of that, I think, Jeff. But yeah, I'm so used to playing lights that if all of a sudden, like in a light, seeing all those people, I would have been like, okay, peace out, bitches. And I would have been gone. I can't do that as an assault. At that point, it's just like, I'm going to do whatever damage I can do. And there were just too many of them coming in all at once for me to do anything about, really. Well, that Marauder put in some work there at the end.
Come in. Control the surface. Can anyone read?
Nice try, y'all. Nice try.
Never going to be mad at a 10 to 12. Wish I'd been able to put more damage out there, but I took 707 before they took me down. And I went down in probably about 20 seconds or less from the first time I took damage.
Well, Mr. Arminius, I will see you the next time that I see you.
Sounds good. I expect I will be on sometime this weekend. I wasn't on last weekend because I was feeling like crap and I ended up sleeping all day Sunday. But I expect I will be on either Saturday or Sunday, all depending on what the hockey situation looks like.
Okay.
So?
You, take care of yourself. Have a
I
happy
will.
Halloween.
And to you as well.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Congratulations on the up air on the Kintaro 20. Aw, yeah. Let's take out the night gear for a little bit, shall we? All right, let's get back into main event. Morgaine ascended the steps and stood beside Rose. He nodded politely and turned to face the council. Rose followed suit. We've been debating the wisdom of ratifying the contract of the man you see before you, Captain Jeremiah Rose, commander of the mercenary unit Black Thorns. Morgaine extended his hand and flashed a warm smile. Rose returned the firm handshake, but could not bring himself to return the smile. We had hoped to hear your testimony before the arrival of Captain Rose, but now that you are both here... Cook spread his hands and shrugged. Mr. Chairman, were the captain not here, I would say the same thing. We must fight the clans with everything at our disposal. I know I've been away from Porgies for a long time. I feared people would forget me, and the work my father and I started here. You can imagine my surprise and joy when I returned and discovered it was not so. When Father was on the council, he always stressed self-reliance and preparedness. Mr. Crenshaw, you sat on the council that ratified many of his ideas. Porgies must be prepared to defend itself against those who would steal the precious resources that are vital to us all. Rose saw several nods of approval. Who is this guy? And who is his father, other than an ex-council member? So, you would fight them? It was a young woman who spoke, but she appeared to already know the answer.
Reactor online. Sensors.
This world? It's an English world, even though the capital is Houston.
All systems.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Seems only right. Rocky, I believe we need to kill all humans. Kill all humans? Kill all humans. Looks like they're going to be heading for I-9, so where do we want to head?
Wakey, wakey.
We go to the high ground, obviously. Let's go.
So they're going to get to I-9 before we will, so we probably want to swing wide out to like H4 and then head up.
Let's do it. Oh, you don't need to go backwards.
Run straight to the high ground and punch him right in the dick.
Artillery strike online.
I haven't seen a mech penis yet, but if you can find that bolt-on, I'll buy it.
You never seen an Atlas before, dude? Just look at its butt. It's got a butt dick.
Mine actually does have a dick on it.
Yeah, Red Smokery. This one actually, I rarely manage to get a good mech when I'm on this map. This one actually is a good one.
Not the one. You know the hill right there, Indy 9 or whatever it is? We're gonna get up there eventually, but we have to go left and climb some hills a little bit. We just gotta run up the Gamma/Fox line. And if we're ballsy, the hotel line.
Copy that.
Yeah, the only problem is they land closer to it than we do, so we kind of have to take the long way around.
Very unbalanced, but, you know, skill is also imbalanced and OP with teamwork. What's outskill them, huh?
Target acquired.
They're all confused up there, too, anyways. Let's get up here.
Artillery strike.
I see them meandering around in circles.
New target acquired.
Yeah, so often I land on this map in, like, my angry fish. Where, like, my optimal range is, like, 125.
They're shifting left, a lot of them. They're going to, like, Gamma 10, Fox 10. So we can climb up hotel.
I fucking fell out. They're trying to shape into Gamma 9 also.
And why did so much of our team just fucking not listen to a word that we said on where we were going?
Fueling at 25%. New target acquired. Target acquired.
Legs on Bravo.
New target acquired.
How about you don't fucking shoot me from behind, dude? Jesus.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Left torso.
Target spotted.
The enemy has
Target
started
spotted.
to chip away at us. Stay
Target
frosty.
spotted.
It's nice that it's the same torso that that guy almost opened up from the back.
Legs on Bravo.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Left torso destroyed.
Target
Fuck
spotted.
me.
Ammo destroyed. Left arm destroyed. ERPPC destroyed. Gauss
Target
rifle
spotted.
destroyed.
Need assistance.
Torso critical damage.
Target spotted.
We're half down. Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
Heat sink destroyed.
Thank Red Smovery. Have a wonderful night.
Hotel's got an open head. I want to see a headshot.
Are closing in around us.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
I mean, he calls it bad coordination, but we called out where to go,
Target acquired.
and just nobody fucking listened and did what we asked them to do.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Right torso critical damage. New target acquired. Outer torso critical damage.
I mean, is there a point to running out?
Target spotted.
Left torso critical damage.
I can't believe they haven't had a mech manage to get over here to get him yet.
Target spotted.
Yeah, right? My Jarls. And he had a freaking XL engine on here? Still why I hate this map. Because by and large it is unbalanced. But, you know, neither here nor there at this point. Mr. Vilbis, although I am no longer in the military, I would fight them with my bare hands if that was all I had. Salander paused, and Rhodes thought he caught a wisp of a smile. Of course, he continued, I'd start the fight in the Marauder. The council members laughed, and Rose knew they'd made their decision. Yeah, it's just not good for quick play. I returned to Borgies to find rest and recuperation from what I suffered at the hands of the clan invaders. But I would not, I could not, stand by and let them destroy the fairest planet in the inner sphere. Rose stared at the council members, but watched Morgaine out of the corner of his eye. The speech was slick and very well received. Rose hoped the man was just a gifted speaker. There was something about Morgaine he didn't like. But just what it had eluded him. Jealousy? Rose had always believed he was above such an emotion. Mr. Chairman, I call for the vote. Do we ratify the contract previously accepted by Captain Rose, as presented by Mr. Wilkins? Rose watched Ms. de Vilbis. She had obviously been swayed by Morgaine's impassioned speech. The vote has been called. All those in favor of the motion to accept the contract with Captain Rose indicate by saying aye. Murmured ayes filled the room. All those opposed, same sign. Silence. Motion carries. Chairman Cook smiled, and the rest of the council members seemed to relax. Welcome to Borgies, Mr. Rose. Let me show you to your quarters. And that's where we'll call it for the night, which also means this will be the last match of the evening because it is 11:46. So by the time we're done with this, it'll be about time for sleeping for the evening.
Weapons online.
So after this match, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll go raid somebody. Gotta be another mech warrior out there, right? Overriding gauge.
I don't need that one.
So, yeah, I read some of those, Dan, and some of them are just bad. And I don't know that it's that it got by the editor so much as when it translated into the, from the physical copy into the, digital copy. And especially these ones, because these ones came through, like, Humble Bundle. I think they get a little wonky sometimes. They're just a little bit funny and wonky inside. Why do we have someone running around on D9? Well, I will wait to answer this after the
Target spotted.
ad break has passed us by.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target 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 spotted.
A good start. Keep holding the resource points, warriors.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted.
So yeah, so by and large, I've always found that when they translate from paperback or from, physical copy into digital copy, I think they scan them because I'm certain it's not most of the time a person doing it.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Artillery strike.
Do not let them push ahead.
And so I think when they scan them over, errors will occur, and they catch most of them, I believe, and they're pretty good about most of it. But it seems when I have seen documents come through
Atlas right around this rock.
that come through not through like Amazon and not through like the I purchased it normally, it seems like there's a higher instance of errors. And so these Legends books that I have all came from a Humble Bundle.
Yep, they're going to be pushing up through G6, G7 into the F line.
And so they fall into that realm of it seems like they have a larger instance of errors than
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Something on Gamma.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
haha, dropped off that torso.
Target spotted.
They're gonna try to win the cap game.
We're already way ahead in it.
True, but yeah, okay.
Target destroyed.
True that.
The enemy has captured Epsilon.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
And we'll go and take Kappa. But yeah, either way, Dan, that was a sentence that I tried to read and my brain broke. Normally I can look at it and I can make out what it is that they are intending it to be, and I'll just fix it. As I'm reading through, I'll just fix it. Easy enough. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, that one broke me.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
I knew I was fresh as hell, so I just walked in. But yeah, especially with older books, I run into that. When I do my story time on Tuesdays, I actually saw that quite a bit when I was reading the Winter of the World Chronicles. That there would just be stuff that was off, and that I would have to, kind of correct on the fly. So not a ton of damage on that one, but I was wandering around the map, so no big surprise. All right, everyone. Well, that is going to do it for me this evening. So let's start by coming over here. Thank you to all of you. The greatest gift that you can give to a streamer is the gift of your time. And I appreciate that you guys all gave me the gift of yours this evening. Whether it was for 5 minutes or whether it was for 4 hours. Thanks so much for having been here with me tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, of course, to Mitsu Red 83 and Umbral Dancer for the raids. Thank you to Sharpter for the new follow. And thank you to Aelos14 for the continued subscription and support of this channel. 15 months now. So appreciate it. As you guys know, half of the money that comes into the channel goes back out to support Project New Hope. Project New Hope. Yay! If you want to find out more information about Project New Hope, a little bit lower down on my Twitch page, or Project New Hope MA .org. Yep, .org. Thank you. I will not be on tomorrow because I always try to take Fridays off. My wife has Friday off as well, so we may get to spend the day together. And then I am not sure what... let me take a look at it really quick. Let me look at what the game sitch looks like for this weekend, because that will depend on what my gaming looks like for this weekend. And I know Barbette gets really sad when she doesn't know what's going on with me. So I have a game, or the kids have a game, at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So I am actually going to try to stream on Saturday. I'm just going to start a little bit later than normal. So I will probably start between 8:30 and 9 o'clock Eastern time for my Saturday night stream. And then I'll take Sunday off. So I'm going to take Friday off. I'll stream a little bit later than normal on Saturday. All things being equal, that's my plan. And then I will take Sunday off. Monday is, of course, my audition day. And then I'll be back Tuesday for story time, where we'll continue A Spell for Chameleon. We made it through one chapter this week because my throat was giving out on me. So I'm going to try to get through chapters 6, 7, and 8 if I can this next Tuesday. You can check out all the chapters, youtube.com/@SirArminius. Well, everybody, I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful Friday. Thanks so much again for being here with me. Thanks everybody who participated in the chat. Those who are on the Twitch channel, make sure you stick around for the raid. Thanks, Dan. I auditioned for a crap load of stuff. I've never managed to succeed in getting anything, but if you don't try, it's never going to happen. So I got to keep on auditioning, and eventually something will come through to me. Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys all again soon.